How are y'all doing? We are super excited. We are back in action pack. Hey, partner.
Hey, partner.
How you doing?
I'm good, partner. How you feeling?
I'm doing
Welcome
amazing.
back, partner.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
How's it feel to be back?
It's very interesting. I have quite the different outlook on life right as of now. There's a lot of changes, and I'm in this wonderful brace here. But I'm looking forward to getting back to work for sure.
Came up the steps on your own.
Yes, super excited, making big transitions. And I want to thank everyone who's reached out to me over these past couple of weeks. I greatly appreciate you. But guess what, guys? We are back and we are in full effect.
VoiceBox Radio.
VoiceBox Radio, Mission VoiceBox Radio.
VoiceBox Media Group.
Let's go. And as always, we have a wonderful guest today.
We have a special guest today.
Let's introduce our guest real quick before we do some housekeeping.
Today we have a Pastor Ronald Walker in the building today. Our special guest. We're actually doing the show on a Wednesday today because he is bringing his own show to VoiceBox Radio, the platform.
Yes, sir.
He'll be spearheading a streaming show called Real Talk with Walk, which will be on VoiceBox Radio, our YouTube, our Facebook, our Twitch, and stuff like that. So today we're going to take the time out to get to know him.
Absolutely.
For you guys. And then next week he'll be launching his show. So.
So if you haven't already, guys, like, share, subscribe, share this show. We are super excited. Yes. But first, we got to do some housekeeping.
Yeah, we got a lot going on.
So this past weekend, I got back into the groove of things, and we went to the wrestling.
Shout out to Dog Pro Wrestling.
Bill's, Dog. Shout out to you. Shout out to Bill's Barbecue.
Barbecue Bash, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Jaden invited us out.
Go ahead. We had an amazing time at the Pro Wrestling Bill's Big Barbecue Bash.
There we go. I couldn't get it out. Yeah.
It's okay. It was June 14th. If you missed out, guys, we will be dropping some footage very soon. It was quite amazing to see, just to be honest. If you go back to our past episodes, you will see that we interviewed some of the wrestlers already, some of the organizations. So it's super cool to see it come together, and all the things that we've been working for. And thank you guys if you already have seen the videos and the interviews. Thank you, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe. You never know who may be interested in wrestling. In your group for sure. What was your favorite part about the
seeing my guys win? So as you know, I was able to interview me and you interviewed Jaden, the promoter.
Right.
I interviewed Marvelous, who is one of the wrestlers. He's a Violent resident, so he's from Violent. And then I interviewed their champ, Benny the Fixer, and both of them won their matches. So I was happy. I went home a happy customer after the show because the guys that I knew, they came out on top. So
it was so exciting. They have such a huge following, and people interested in fully indulge. Like, I didn't know when to put my hands up. I didn't know when to clap. I didn't know what to do, but I was fully indulged with them. I can't believe that the following is so amazing. So shout out to you guys. I know you had a successful event, and we are super excited as always. VoiceBox Media Group, Mission VoiceBox, and VoiceBox Radio.
Big shout out Dog Pro Wrestling. They'll actually be in Millville on July 4th.
Absolutely.
So that's pretty mainstream to be part of the July 4th celebration uptown. So wrestling is making their impact in South Jersey.
For sure.
Do Weekend of Help.
And they're always looking for wrestlers. They're always promoting, looking for wrestlers. They were literally trying to recruit my son. As soon as he walked up, he was like, "Oh, you look real good and fit. You need to be a wrestler. When you gonna be ready?"
For years, her son needed to try it.
He did. He did try it before, but he wasn't really that interested. Yeah, he tried his freshman year. He wasn't that interested, but he completed the season, and that's what matters.
So
shout out to Lawrence Zirconium. He's on already. We were just talking about everything.
Good things.
Shout out to you. Thank you for everything. We appreciate you, and we love to see you succeed, and we love to see everything that you're doing. Feel free to hit us up and invite us out more. Absolutely.
Transitioning out of this past weekend, going into this weekend.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot going on this weekend.
Yeah, so we're starting with Friday. We have the frequency, guys. We have the frequency. Look at our background. It's the Independent Artist Showcase.
Around us. Frequency Independent Artist Showcase.
Absolutely. I'm super excited. We have been putting in the footwork, finding independent artists to showcase right in our very own backyard.
Mhm.
We will be at the Hope Loft in Bridgeton.
Yep.
Doors open at 1 p.m. on Friday,
Yes.
Juneteenth, guys.
Yeah.
Friday, Juneteenth. You see the black and white flyer we've been posting. That is the event to be at. We are super excited. The show starts at 1:30. We have a lineup of artists. Come out, enjoy some snacks, enjoy the artistry.
Yes, on display.
Ooh,
bang,
go
bang.
ahead.
Nah,
there we go. Let me give you a hand.
That's crazy. Oh, see, ooh, she got to use the buttons before me. I'm not upset.
I'm super excited to be back. I'm super excited to be back. So I'm using my buttons.
Yeah, we are looking forward to the showcase. We got a pretty good lineup. I think we have an awesome lineup.
For sure.
It goes along with our goal to push towards us having the music industry here in Cumberland County in South Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of talent out here. And we made it, part of our mission to find them and showcase them. We already have Flex Friday on Fridays, which is an independent artist showcase within itself. We have DJ Mugga coming on, Steph Mitz coming on. We have some more music-related shows coming on, so we're not going to tell y'all too much about them, but we're going to be involved in the music a lot going forward. So
that is super exciting to be expanding in so many different areas. And the services we provide, as you know, we are the face of VMG, but we cannot do it without our partners in VMG. So shout out to our team, because our team is super powerful. They all have their own brands, and we work together to make an amazing atmosphere that we're able to work and grow and be special friends. And super exciting for sure.
Partnerships are the wave.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of partnerships, Juneteenth is coming up, everybody.
Absolutely. So we will be working with the Bridgeton UEZ Saturday, June 20th, right down at the Bridgeton waterfront. Wow. We will be your media team as always. Shout out to Stephanie Gonzalez. Shout out to Bridgeton UEZ. We are super excited. Look forward to those interviews, that live coverage, everything that we're doing for the rest of the year with Bridgeton UEZ. I can't shout you out enough. We love the work that you're doing and the unity that you're bringing, and also look forward to some of those artists. We are super excited about all the things they have
performances
planned.
Too. So we have there'll be performances on Friday and Saturday.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm excited for Juneteenth. I'm really big on. I try not to bring my personal views into it, but I'll speak to Juneteenth real quick. For those of you that do not know, when the Emancipation Proclamation was signed and ratified, it took 2 years for the slaves in Texas, Galveston, Texas, to get the news. So they worked an extra 2 years after they were free. Mm-hmm. So Black Americans chose to, in Texas initially, where it originates from, they chose to celebrate June 19th, aka Juneteenth, as a holiday for them. It became a national holiday a few years ago, and it's celebrated throughout the country, mostly in the Black American community. But we wanted to bring more traction and just put more attention on it as a holiday and what it represents. It represents us, our role that we played in the building of this country. It represents our perseverance, our power, our will to, move forward. And I also look at it as a means of we're not free until everybody's free. So, for a lot of time, we were celebrating Independence Day on July 4th. And we still had slaves. So that was a contradiction within itself. And then even after the Emancipation Proclamation, for them not to be freed until 2 years later, that's why we celebrate that. So we're not free until all of us are free.
All of us are free. Absolutely.
We're not good until all of us are good.
How powerful today, so Brandon. Go ahead, Brandon.
That's it. I had to get off my chest because, Juneteenth is starting to get the acknowledgement that it deserves, but it's a beautiful
thing.
I want to play my role. I've always, not always, but I've acknowledged it for a while now. I celebrate it. So
absolutely, guys, we have a action-packed weekend. If you aren't doing anything, the kids are out of school. We are super excited to have these two events this weekend. Come celebrate with us. Come support your Voice Box family as always.
Yes. We'll get into this interview.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Get into this interview.
I'm so ready.
Yes. Today we have, like we said, we have Pastor Ronald Walker Sr. in the building today. He is bringing his show to the platform, Real Talk with Walk, which will be airing on Wednesday evenings. So, Mr. Walker, please, let our people know a little bit about yourself. Tell them, how you got started and what led you into what you're doing now.
Okay. My name is Pastor Ronald S. Walker Sr. I pastor the Kingdom Building Ministries International that was founded here in the city of Vineland, New Jersey, along with my wife, Lady Shirley Walker, who we've been married together for going on 31 years.
Shout out to the wonderful Miss Shirley Walker.
And we're just excited. We always was a community-based ministry where I believe that what you put in your community is what you get out of your community. And our motto is we can change through unity. We can change a community, and that's what it's about. And of course, we do our live. Our ministry comes on live, and then we start a talk show called Coffee Talk with Walk. Just talking about that saying is where you can come and talk about anything and everything. Mm-hmm. And knowing you, Brandon, for years, I've been talking about it for a minute. I kept saying I would do it.
Yeah, ever since we lost the platform, he was talking about getting up here. I think even when I was doing the church downstairs, you were talking about trying to come on and doing this show. So
and just getting to know that you did the T-shirts, and then you was telling me about all the media, and just I want to give a shout out to this media team. And I would challenge any businesses, any local pastors, and all of my partners that we work with. If you really want to expand, you need to come and see their setup. This is it can't get no better. Now they're talking about getting better, but I don't know how they can get any better than what you're seeing. So if you this is definitely a place to come and support our local media. I mean, it's just like you're sitting. I was telling them, it's just like I'm sitting in CNN studios or Fox News studios. Because of just the professionalism, and I thank God that they talk about partnership, because I believe that you can collaborate, and it takes partners, and I'm glad that they have them, because we try to reinvent the wheel ourselves all the time. But if somebody's already doing it, all you got to do is partner, because you're doing what you're doing for the community, and our goal is to do what we do for the community. So this is just a reel off of our ministry, and just continue to try to win people and help change lives.
Right. Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. Much obliged for the compliments. We are here doing the work just as you, working in the community. A helper's helper is what we're doing. Shining a light on young entrepreneurs, leaders, anyone who needs a spotlight. Feel free to come through VoiceBox Media Group. Drop us a message, like, share, and subscribe. Tell everybody to tell everybody.
We working.
Absolutely. So let's get into this wonderful podcast you're about to start.
Right. Why was the time now? I know you talked about wanting to get into it. So what made this the right time to launch?
Because I think that the reason I came up with Real Talk with Walt, because being in the religious sector, a lot of times if we're pastors or leaders, we come on, we're always talking about the spiritual part. We're talking about the Bible, but there's we got to deal with everything. And we got to talk about real issues that's not just happening in the church, but that's happening in our society. So this is the reason I call it Real Talk. I didn't want to just base it upon spirituality, even though that God is important, but I wanted to talk about everyday issues, our youth, and what the challenges our youth is going through, the challenges that our families are going through, the unemployment, the education, the violence, calling people to the carpet, talking to our politicians in the community, talking to our leaders, and how can we all come together and make a difference. But talking about family hurt, talking about broken homes, blended families, all of this is going on, and nobody's why are our kids getting into the gangs? Why are our young people getting into drugs? And what can we do? But we got to start a conversation.
Yeah, got to start somewhere.
Right. That's wonderful.
Were you always in the content space, or what led you to the content space in general? I know you say you do the show on Sundays.
I started the content. Well, I started with Facebook, and then when you discover Facebook Live, I started going live when I discovered what live was. I think I discovered it because somebody else told me about it, and I started doing it at home. And then when COVID came, when we was under the COVID and we couldn't go into our physical building, so that content became okay. So now you got to be creative. You got to how do we set up this media stuff? So it started with just doing a cell phone, and then in my home, and then I built a room that I said, well, we got to get some cameras and we got to get some stuff so we can reach. Since we can't go physical, we got to do it, and that's how it really started. And then the feedback that I started getting, because I think like y'all are doing here at your company here, I think consistency and persistency is everything. Absolutely. And it takes a time to build up a following. So I said, if I'm going to build up a following, I have to be consistent in it. And you just can't treat it any kind of way. You got to put the spirit of excellence to it. You got to be persistent. You got to be sincere about what you're doing, because people will follow consistency and persistency. Yep. So many times we start something, we stop something. But you got to just keep at it. Even when you see if you don't, because sometimes I got viewers, I was like, gosh, there's only one view on here. But I kept going. And as more people started to get it, then we built it up, and then it just started expanding. So I guess that's how I got into the content.
That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. And I see you want to dive into topics that are unspoken. We call that the unspoken world, especially in our communities. We don't talk about these things. Right. We just push them underneath the rug, act like it didn't happen. But in today's society, we have to start talking to our children and our people about getting this help, about talking about the real life things that are going on, instead of just masking behind the outside image. So can we talk about how important faith is going to play a role in your podcast?
Oh, sure. I think, I live by really the scripture that says Matthew 6:33, where it says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all of his righteousness, and all these things shall be added. I think God has to be, I think faith has to outweigh everything. I mean, and that's why I believe so many times we judge people's faith, because that's why it's called a personal relationship with God. You have your own relationship with God. Right. I have my own relationship. Brandon has his own relationship. And I believe all of us has some type of faith. Now, our faith may not always be on the same level. Right. And I often say we can agree to disagree because we all go to different churches. We all worship differently. But I believe we can agree to disagree. But I think faith has to be the center of anything that we do in life, because sometimes that's all we have.
Absolutely.
No, yeah,
super powerful, right. Super powerful. So when we talk about the unspoken conversations and the unspoken word, how do you plan to dive into those difficult topics or those controversial topics?
I think just getting people, we're already reaching out to people that want to tell I got some family members that want to come on and tell their story, Absolutely. Tell where they've been, how their childhood and the things, why they ended up being on drugs, and why they ended up doing the things that they did, because of life was lifing and they didn't have nobody else to turn to, and how they felt rejected and everything like that, and how they're trying to straighten themselves out so their children won't become a product of what they've been through. And I think we talk about always let's break generational curses, but in order to break generational curses or even habits, I think it starts with a conversation. I really do.
It really does.
Why people can't be faithful in relationships. There's something, and we have to have this. So I would just start with general conversation, because this podcast is going to be not just but to heal and to help. Right. Because through this podcast, if we come in somebody that got an addiction, we want to be a person that can reach out to resources and say, we can get you into this place, or we can help you with this place. And that goes with something that me and my wife started in 2009. We started an organization called Changing a Community Through Ultimate Services. Through that organization that we still have today, we have helped homeless people. Okay. We have partnered with local apartment complexes in our city that if people have been evicted and they need another chance, we go out and partner with, Part Town is one of our partners, that if we need to put somebody in a place that been evicted or trying to get a second hand, we partner with them and we go there. And what we do is when we help these people, what we do is we follow them for the first 6 months to make sure they're paying their rent on time, they're following the rules. And after that,
the aftercare is so important.
Right. So we don't just put them in there. We partnered with an apartment complex in Millville. We was able to get a family there, and we follow those families for 6 months. After the 6 months, we're saying, okay, you're on your own. You should know. Right. You should know what to do. Yeah. We had a family, and that's why I say everybody's level is not the same. We had a family through our agency that she was $10,000. Her and her husband was $10,000 behind in their mortgage, and it wasn't because it was just but the layoff came. The husband couldn't work. They cut her hours. We was able to find a mortgage company to help them put the $10,000 on the back end, refinance their home so they wouldn't lose their home. But it's a lot of research. It's a lot of phone calling. It's a lot of negotiation.
That sounds like a lot.
So people don't care until they know how much you care.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
what another topic, you talked a little bit about mental health and financial education.
Right.
How important is mental health?
I think
when it comes to
and I can't wait to talk that conversation because I believe that mental health is one of the problems that is really affecting our society, and not just with older people, even with our younger people, generation. Like with the senseless shooting among our younger people, the things that our younger people are doing. I don't believe that even in our city of Violent, I don't believe everybody out there that's on drugs is on there because they want to be. I think there is a mental health.
Why do you think that people have issues with discussing it openly? Mental health is it's getting more and more of a general conversation, but why has it always been
It probably comes from the stigma, and that's just in our culture. Other cultures are open and willing to get help, but in our cultures, we're told to what happens in this house stays in this house.
Exactly.
For example, so we don't get to talk about the issues that are actually going on and what we're feeling and how it is. And the minute they do get to talk about it, they're shunned upon from the community, from their loved ones, from people they interact with on a daily basis. And then that kind of closes up for the next generation. And those are the things we want to,
that's good.
We want to fight those things. We want to change those things. And we want to be the change for sure.
And I think because people suppress it, and I think what causes mental health is because people she just said, people suppress it and they don't talk about it. So now they live with it, and then it just gets to them, and it affects the way they operate. It affects the way they look at people. It's the way they snap. Because we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. And like she said that a lot of times we told what's stay in the house.
Yeah.
What happens in the house stays in the house. But no, you need to talk about it. And especially for the church, I want to say this for believers. There's nothing wrong with going to get therapy. Right. I believe if you need to go talk to somebody, I think that you need to go. If you need to go talk to a psychiatrist, if you need to go get help, you need to go get help. Go get help, because our mental health, we got young people. When you think about dementia, bipolar, schizophrenia, all of this stuff, this deals with our mental ability. And I think mental health is something we need to talk about, because even people that's on drugs, I don't think just getting them in rehab and saying, okay, we're gonna put you in a hotel, we're gonna put you. No, I think that they need guidance.
Yeah, education is very important.
They need education. What's your story?
Right,
because everybody has a story.
That's why I like with a lot of the community leaders and programs that we've been involved with. They have fun, but they implement some type of education, some type of wisdom or something. I feel like that's very important, that we don't just become a distraction from what's going on, that we figure out how to become a solution.
Absolutely.
And I think that's very big.
And it's funny because I got pastors on this live and they're talking, oh, this is good. So and
come on the show. Come on, guys.
I'm trying to tell
Make sure you guys are sharing, and subscribing. Come on the show. Contact us. We want to hear from you guys.
Exactly. And I'm telling you, even y'all leaders that's on here, my fellow brothers and sisters, y'all need to come talk to them. Come check this out, because these are conversations that we can preach it on Sunday, but preaching it and dealing with it is two different things.
Absolutely.
And I think we preach to it, but now we got to deal with it. So when the Lord allow y'all to get platforms like this, we the church, y'all pastors,
we're providing another layer.
We can partner with them to get the word out. It doesn't matter how it gets out. It's just as long as it gets out.
Right.
And I think that is very important. But I think we got to start conversation.
Absolutely. I always think about it like back in the day when we used to go to church, and on Sundays everybody in the house was happy and cleaning and Sunday dinner. But then when we get to Monday through Friday, we're struggling and we're in spiritual warfare and we're going through life, and we're like, man, I wish we could have that joy that we had on Sunday and that covering we felt on Sunday throughout the week. And how can we do it? Right here on this show.
You get an extra layer of access. Absolutely. And you get this get the word and or those important conversations. What are the pros of having these conversations openly and out in the public?
I think with platforms like this and what y'all are doing here in this studio and what y'all do every day, I think it's important because the bottom line is there's some people that will never walk through a church. Mm-hmm. There's some people that is not just coming through the building, but if they can hear a conversation, and this is a conversation where it's a non-judgmental conversation, right. Where if I go to church, will they preach on me? Will they make me the subject? Are they going to automatically tell me I'm going to hell? But if you can have an open conversation like this, you don't know. A conversation like this might say somebody, you know what? It might change their mind. It might change the way they look at life or at church or at things. Mm-hmm. But this is a non-judgment platform. This is a platform where anybody can come and you're not judged.
Shout out So Supreme Podcast.
Shout out
That's crazy. My boy got a podcast, and
it's just conversation.
We'll take it. Yes, absolutely.
So can we pivot just a little bit? How can stronger relationships build a better community?
Yes.
Okay, I think stronger relationships. We used to say growing up, it takes a village to raise a child.
Oh, I talk about this too much, guys.
We used to say
she is a village. That's why.
I'm a village by myself.
She takes care. I'm sorry.
That is the same. But go ahead. No.
Yeah, she really is like. When I say she's a village, not that she's by herself doing it, but she does more than enough of her share when it comes to helping people in her circle, even helping strangers, and then the type of work that she went into was so. All right, that's it.
So I think it takes a village to raise a nation, because we say, oh, well, but we're all part of a community. Mm-hmm. We're all part of the community. Yep. So when one hurt, we all hurt. Right. When one's healed, we all can heal. Absolutely. And that's why I believe partnerships are very important. Mm-hmm. I believe that we are not an island that we can do it all. I know we think we can. Mm-hmm. We're island, I can do it myself. But no, this opportunity is great for what me and my wife and what our vision is and what our staff is doing, because this is a whole different platform outside of a Sunday, outside of a Tuesday night Bible. Sir. So this is a different platform where people can just listen and be open, and then just say, you know what, I got somewhere I can go to just talk. I got somewhere. This is the type of podcast that you ain't got to be perfect to come on. If you want to come on and tell your story, come on and tell your story, because your story might help somebody else not have to go through the same story. Mm-hmm. So that's why I say I think it's strong partnerships. If you see I feel as though if I see somebody that's raising a son, if I can help them get them a haircut, we partner. Let me take your son and get a haircut. Let me. My wife was out today. She said she was out shopping and she seen this young man, and he just looked and she started talking to him, and she just felt led. She said, you know what, I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm going to help you out. You know, you don't have to know people. Absolutely. But it's all in our DNA that we should help people, because we can change the community, which was my saying. We can change the community through unity.
Yes, sir.
You know.
Oh, I like that.
Where we can get past the differences and all of that. We can change. Restoring hope, one family at a time. Right. We can do that.
So what? What's the type of person that you expect to reach through this platform, and what do you think they should take away from your show?
The type of person that I want to reach from this platform is anybody and everybody. And the hope that they can take from this platform is that no matter where you are in life, you can do better. As long as you have a dream. And I talk about this all the time. As long as you live, and you should have a dream. Mm-hmm. Because when you stop dreaming, you stop living. Right. And I don't care. It doesn't matter about your failures. It doesn't matter about your mistakes, because your past don't dictate your future. We all ex something. Mm-hmm. We all came from something. Correct. But it's not where you are. It's not how you started, but it's how you finish. And what you're going to do. So anybody listen to I want you to know you could be in the gutter. But after the podcast, contact us. How can we help you? How can we help you? You need to go back to school. You need to get into trade school. Right. But you don't have to stay. I often say, just because, and this is not to disgrade anybody, but I used to always say, just because you grew up in a project, you don't have to have a project mentality. Mm-hmm. Or even if you live in the project, you don't have to stay in the project, but you can, you just need to lift up.
Absolutely. We always talk about here on the podcast that it's okay to start over 1,000,000 times as long as you're following your dreams, your purpose, and your goals and who you want to be, and let your character speak for itself. And we literally walk by that. We let our characters and the things that we project to the world define our character. I don't defend anything. I don't have to say anything because my character speaks for itself.
Yeah, and then we've also learned through our path that sometimes, more often than not, starting over is actually a continuation. Because you're bringing on those lessons that you learned before, those connections. Sometimes people come back around that you might not have vibe with early on, and then you end up creating something great. So that all that comes from perseverance and keeping and pressing forward. So.
Actually, I think how successful you are is based on how many times you failed.
Yeah, lessons learned.
Lessons learned. Lessons learned. Lessons lived.
Yes, sir.
And so we learn by our mistakes. I think we get better by our mistakes. I think we get better. How many times have we all had ideas and we started and that idea didn't work? But until I have a saying, until you find your passion, because I believe whatever your passion is, that's your purpose. Whatever you're more passionate about, that's where your purpose is. And your wealth is tied up in your purpose. Your breakthrough is tied up in your purpose. Your dream is tied up in your purpose. But you got to live purpose. And get around people that, listen, I always tell people.
Surround yourself around like-minded people.
Around like-minded people.
Yes, sir.
Don't always hang around people that's on the same level with you. Hang around people that's already doing where you're trying to go. You know,
very important. That's very important.
I really think everybody has, I said it yesterday in Bible study, everybody's, even the church folk, everybody want to be anointed. Everybody want to be gifted. But I told them yesterday, your gift may not be in the pulpit. Your gift may be in the boardroom. Your gift may be entrepreneurship. Your gift may be media. Your gift may be real estate. Everybody don't have the same gift. Now, I can't do now because you introduced me to a whole media team I'm looking at that's going to help me expand where we're trying to go. Community-wise, ministry-wise, global-wise. But you have to link up with people, but you got to put the work in.
You got to perfect your gift. You perfect your gift, you can apply it to anything that anybody has going on. If you perfect your passion and your gift, you'll have some expertise or advice to give anybody you meet, even if it's just telling your story.
Always. My main spiel is that when I wake up in the morning, I don't think about how tired I am the day. I think about how can I help at least one person today. I don't try to save the world.
That's me.
I learned that way back when that I can't save the world, but if I can affect one person's life today to make it better, how can I do that? That's the purpose I walk in every single day, at least one person.
And you know what? It's funny you said that because our study, we just ended up living in your purpose in our Bible. We did a series, living in your purpose, living in purpose, living on purpose, living for purpose.
Ooh.
Because everybody has a purpose. And that's what I think people, that's
powerful.
There's a problem because there's a difference between existing and having purpose. The existing is just getting up, going through the routine. I go to work, I go home, I don't have no goals, no visions, no
time
dreams.
for money.
Just time. The purpose asks you why. Why am I here? What is my purpose? What am I supposed to be doing? What is my passion? Because if you can answer your why, then you can figure out what your purpose is. Because God created us all with a purpose.
Absolutely.
Whether we can agree to disagree, but we all have purpose in mind. And I think, and I want to say this to those that may be listening. You be like, well, I want to do this to do that. Don't be scared to get out the boat. Don't be. Number one, what stops us from doing what we believe in doing? Number one, get past the money factor. Get past, I can't afford that. I don't know if I can do that. Listen, I'm gonna be real with you. Whatever you want to do, you're gonna have to put out to get. So it's going. If you're in a business, it's gonna take money to make money. If you're in ministry, you're gonna have to put out in order to get the results. And a lot of us leaders, we like to put, and I'm put us on the spot. A lot of us, we like to put that money in an account. We want to build it up. But no, God didn't cause people to pay tithes and offerings for you just to build it up, but we are to expand.
Right.
For me,
it's a tool. Circulate it.
This is a tool. I don't look at as this extra money I'm putting out every month or whatever the cost is. I'm looking at the results. That's going to help my community. That's going to help a teenager. That's going to help a family to say, you know what? He had somebody on there that I could talk about getting my first home.
Yeah.
He went through VoiceBox Media on his podcast to show me how I can get out of debt. He told me, and he had somebody on his podcast or VoiceBox to tell me that I can go back to trade school. I just came out of prison. He got a program that through VoiceBox, I heard that I could get a second chance. Mm-hmm. This is the information that I'm going to use y'all tool that the Lord blessed y'all with to get out this kind of information, and also through the podcast become a resource center.
Mm-hmm.
Much obliged, sir. Much obliged. I can't wait. I'm super excited for you to launch. It is an honor to be in your presence, and
you too. Thank you.
Actually see and be a witness to what you're about to do here at VoiceBox Media Group. So we appreciate you. Is there anyone that you're like super excited about to interview? Any voices that you just can't wait to get in here?
Yes. First of all, I'm excited. One of my first interviews is going to be my wife, who started the Kingdom Hope Fund. I'm so excited about what she's doing with that.
That's beautiful.
I'm so excited how she's expanding that. Also, I'm excited about one of my right-hand mans, Keith Robertson, who's a real estate agent.
Okay.
I'm excited for him to help come and talk to people that just feel as though they never can buy a home or they can. How do I get that first time home? How can I get help? So I'm really excited about reaching out to some of our local politicians to talk about what they're doing in our community. How can we help them? And it doesn't matter if you're Republican, Democrat, Independent. We're all in the community, so we need to all work together. So I'm just really excited about working with y'all and helping you guys help us expand. I'm looking at the person that's going to do the commercials. I heard about what she does.
We already figured that out for you.
We already sold you, don't worry.
Come on over here, pull a chair out. Come on, Zach.
And I just feel, even though God gives you a vision, no one person knows everything. Yeah. So what I was doing it on my level, but with VoiceBox Media Group, I think y'all can help me and our ministry and our staff take it to another level, because no one man can do everything by themselves.
Right. But that's a beautiful thing we're doing here at VoiceBox. I tell you guys,
teamwork.
Guys, if you haven't already, it's been a wonderful show.
Yes,
like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. We are doing some powerful things here at VoiceBox Media Group, Mission VoiceBox and VoiceBox Radio. Guys, go back, watch our episodes, see the things that we're offering.
And pastors, y'all call Voice. I'm telling y'all, y'all partners that's on here right now, y'all need to get in contact with this. I'm telling you, don't worry about the budget. Just come and have a conversation with them first. Come in, because the first thing you're talking about, can we afford it? But I promise you, come in and talk to them. You never know what you can do until you have. I didn't know we could do this until I had a conversation with Brother Brandon. I didn't know what we could do until I had a conversation. But listen, some of y'all, I'm watching y'all, come and have a conversation. I promise you. They will work with you. They will be reasonable, but you got to come and have the conversation.
We're here.
Thank you.
Right. So as always, guys, we have our 2 signature questions before we wrap up with a wonderful Ronald Walker and him launching his podcast, which we're super excited about. You guys look for that next week. Real Talk with Walk. Real Talk with Walk. We are super excited. I'll be sharing it all out. If you see it all over social media, share, like, subscribe, guys.
YouTube, Twitch,
it's going to be everywhere. It's going to be everywhere. So let's get into our 2 questions. Our first question is, how can us at VoiceBox, the community, the viewers watching, how can we assist you on your mission?
By already doing what you're doing, by guiding me, by telling me the ins and outs, because I think when you partner, it can't always be yes. You got to be able to take constructive criticism and listen to your and by listening to your professionalism and what you do. I'm here because I may know what I do, but I have to trust who I'm partnered with, and I believe by listening to your professionalism and your excellence, it'll help me grow and take me where I need to go in the media part. So I think that is very important. If you're going to partner with somebody and bring somebody in, be willing to listen to their advice.
Absolutely. Big Voice Box.
It lightens the load. You're literally, it's like mentorship. That's how I look at mentorship. You're literally borrowing somebody's experience. You're not necessarily having to go through what they went through because they did it already. and they're imparting that.
Yep, learning
information
from other
on
people's
you.
mistakes.
I learned so much from Zakia.
I learned so much from my partner.
So much from Stephanie.
I learned everything from Stephanie.
Oh my God. And it yes, right. Thank you.
And we learned today from the wonderful Mr. Wall.
Yes. Sorry. Yep. Oh, question number 2.
Absolutely.
What advice would you give your 16-year-old self? If you could sit down and have a conversation with 16-year-old Walt, what would you tell him?
Probably be more obedient to my father and mother and listen. Probably apply the wisdom that they tried to give me at the age of 16 instead of me thinking I knew everything at 16.
Absolutely. No, that makes perfect sense.
Absolutely. We don't take heed enough, man. We don't take heed enough.
16-year-olds, listen to your parents.
Yes, absolutely. Please.
It's so powerful. Please. Man, today was super powerful. First day back. I'm really enjoying it. I appreciate you, Mr. Walker, Pastor Walker, for coming in. I appreciate you. I'm much obliged for everything that you taught us today. And the path and the purpose that you're walking in. Yes. We look forward to your podcast, Real Talk with Walk. Yes. And guys, tune in. If you don't have anything to do this Friday and Saturday, come out to our events, see what we're about.
We're outside.
We are here and we are ready.
Opulence all white Saturday night, Ricky Reed.
Oh yeah, let's drop Ricky Reed real quick.
All white party, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yes. All white party, guys. If you've been following us for some time now, you have seen that we've been attending an all white party.
We love Whispering Pines.
We love Whispering Pines. Saturday night, if you're not doing anything, they're having an all white. The all white. You'll see the flyers drop. Follow our page, like, share, and subscribe. Guys, what a wonderful interview. We are super excited. Thank you all for tuning in.
Sure,
thank you all for
Appreciate
tuning
you coming
in.
And looking forward for you to come on and do your content.
Until next time. Guys, VoiceBox Media Group, VoiceBox Radio, here. Mission VoiceBox. We are out of here.
Wow, that was good, right?